a Wednesday morning edition of Daybreak Nevada. And tomorrow night is probably the worst night of the year for White Pine County Sheriff Scott Henroid, particularly as cold as it's been, as icy as it's probably still going to be out. But you just need to be extra careful. Sheriff, we want to tell people things they need to make sure they do tomorrow night, and it is going to be ugly, no doubt.
Well, let's hope not. Let's always hope for the best, Wyatt. But yeah, New Year's Eve, it's that time of year where we're going to sing Auld Lang Syne and usher in a new year, and hopefully 2021 is going to be a lot brighter and better than 2020. But let's talk a little bit about celebrating New Year's Eve. First, make a plan. That's the biggest thing, is if you plan to celebrate with some type of substance that's going to get you a little inebriated, you better have a plan on how you're going to get home safely, and that basically comes down to a designated driver or limiting the amount of alcohol or other substances you might be partaking of so that you can drive home safely.
Now, there are a lot of areas that have people who can help, and if there is somebody who is offering safe rides home, let us know here at the station, 775-293-1875, or let the Sheriff's Office know as well. That way they can direct people there. It's 289-8808?
Yes, correct.
So, we need to make sure people get home safely. A lot of people, and a joke has been made that New Year's Eve is always amateur night. The people who don't normally go out and celebrate. And with this year, with the rise in COVID cases and the requirement to wear masks, the size of the party should be strictly limited.
Yeah, the size that our local bars and stuff and casinos will be having their parties, I'm sure, are going to be pretty small. The in-home parties, of course, that people are going to be hosting, those might get a little large. I'm not sure what people are looking at this year. But, as you attend these parties, be cautious, be safe. And it's just like you said, if you plan on drinking or smoking some marijuana or anything of that nature and then plan on driving home, the consequences just aren't worth it. To be pulled over by a law enforcement officer and be arrested for a DUI, those consequences extend far into the future than most people realize, because that goes on your criminal history and that stays with you forever. So anytime you're applying for a new job or interviewing for a new job and they ask you about that is brought up, and that could be a detriment in you possibly seeking employment. Plus the fines and the penalties, the jail time, the revocation of your driving privileges, it's just not worth the risk. I mean, the consequences they just go on and on. So be smart, be responsible. Everybody knows it's not because of lack of education. It's because of lack of common sense when you decide to do that. So, let's use a lot of common sense and have a safe new year.
Let's do that. White Pine County Sheriff Scott Henroid, who wants you to have a safe and sound 2021. And if you behave yourself, you'll actually get to have a 2021. That's the biggest concern.
Correct.
All righty. White Pine County Sheriff Scott Henroid, where Nevada comes to talk.